Okay, so before we do the episode, we actually wanted to step our game up a little bit. Um, Real Housewives of Miami is giving entertainment news and views and
Yes, sir.
commentary, and so we wanted to do a new segment called the Social Pop Now, where we do all things Real Housewives of Miami, maybe some Latino stories, et cetera, et cetera. Russell, take it away with the very first installment within our recap called Social Pop Now, and tell us what you got.
So Lisa and Larsa stopped by Watch What Happened this week with Andy Cohen, of course, and they were talking all things Housewives of Miami season 5. And what was interesting about this is that Andy really dove into what's really going on in Lisa's life at this time because there's no getting around it. The media is all involved in it. Things are getting released left and right. So Andy has to address it and he has to give the viewers something. Plus, they all want to hear what's going on. With that, Lisa wore actually Mugler, who Lisa and Larsa have been known to wear this designer very often. So as we do love in our friendships, a little friendly competition, I will say Lisa knocked it out the park this time with this look. Larsa and Lisa are neck and neck when it comes to fashion, but I'm going to have to give this one to Lisa. And while they were at Watch What Happens Live and stepping out in New York, Larsa was spotted with Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. And Lisa was spotted with entrepreneur Joey Glidden. And I don't know about everybody else, but I'm here for this. I think they are both complimentary couples. No one has either confirmed or denied if there's actually a relationship going on. Larsa kind of skirted around it when it came to Watch What Happens Live. Lisa said that she's out there having fun as a girl. But I mean, you can't hide from the Paps. They're going to find you regardless. And Lenny has stepped out now with his 26-year-old international model of a girlfriend, Katarina Mazepera. And I don't know how I feel about this. Lenny, I will say I give him some wins in certain aspects, but on this one, he definitely has a type. I'm not here for it. And let's unpack this. Ronnie, what do you think about all of these things that happened this week? It was a full week. And of course, we'll save Lenny for last because we want to just tear him a new one based off of what went on in this episode.
Okay.
But when we get to that, what do you think about Lisa and Larsa on Watch What Happens Live?
They were fantastic, and also going off what you were saying, they were in Mugler. Even not just Lisa on Watch What Happens Live. Director Michael Bay had a party, and Larsa was in Mugler as well as Lisa. And these two girls are just fashion. Like Bravo, like they lead the pack in fashion. I mean, not that every other housewife doesn't knock it down. It's just what these two do differently, which I really like. Is they I don't know, they just wear the garment. It's great. And I love to see Mugler because of all the edgy and funky designs that Terry Mugler has always had. And I think they were fantastic together. I thought it was a whole episode devoted to them. I don't even know what shows were on Bravo that day. And I actually had a tweet, and I'll show it to you. I had a tweet saying this based on watching the episode. I said, I've said it before, but Larsa Pippen and Lisa Hochstein definitely need to lead the next season of the Ultimate Girls Trip. This Real Housewives of Miami cast is some of the best reality TV on Peacock and Bravo in some years. Larsa, Lisa, and I hashtag them. And I stand by that. I would love to see them lead a show because they are both unique. They're interesting. And you know what was funny? They had a little frenemy thing going. Not really from Larsa's side, but Lisa was uneasy still on a couple things. So I'm all for it.
You're talking about Watch What Happens Live?
Yes.
Yes, there was. And there was a bit of a spat of a disagreement there. And they kind of brushed over it because they were playing nice.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they had a conversation after the show in the car about whether there was a phone call that was made or not. But I will say Andy actually surprisingly asked Lisa about the hot mic incident last week on episode 4, and Lenny actually not realizing that he was speaking into a hot mic. He said he was whispering at one point, but I mean, in reality, he was very much talking or speaking in a regular voice. He didn't whisper until his friend asked him if he was mic'd. And at this point, according to Watch What Happens Live, we know he left the show because of his aspirations to date someone younger. I don't know if I love it or hate it. I do like knowing the information, but I also, in a sense, would rather watch it unfold. But I do understand that TMZ is all over everything.
It's gonna be intertwined. You know why? Because it's not like reality shows of the 90s or the early 2000s.
Yeah.
When you did a show and there was something epic that happened, that was it. You walked away. The editors edited what they chose to, and that was the story. Now
Yeah.
you could take to Twitter. You could do an IG live today. Set
Yeah.
your version of the record straight. I'm not for it. I'm not for it. We'll get into it based on the episode. I'm not for it, but Lenny's gonna do what Lenny's gonna do. And whatever the case, it has made Lisa a little bit of our queen. So as hard as it is to watch this unfold, I love the way she carried herself at Watch What Happens Live. And again, it was so perfect in terms of
I mean,
Larsa being right there. Yeah.
look at that shot. Like, look at how happy she looks. Sometimes our biggest obstacles in life actually bring us to our phoenix moment from rising from the ashes. And I think this is her phoenix moment, especially this look. She genuinely looks happy. She's glowing. She has a glowing aspect to her right now in this look and just on this show. And I think she's just happy to have the burden gone. I think a lot of times there's many instances where us as people often let the burdens get to us and we continue living life, just going through the obstacles. But sometimes that obstacle comes right to you, smacks you in the face and throws you on the ground and lights you on fire. And I think that's what happened with Lisa, but she's definitely rising from the ashes because, I mean, who doesn't want to date an entrepreneur like Jody? I think he's a very handsome man. And I say Lisa won on this one because she definitely got an upgrade. Sure, Lenny has a young model girlfriend, but all that will phase out because in my mind and in what I'm seeing, it's the glitz and the glam of what Lenny can provide her. She can focus on her modeling career and not have to worry about working because he's going to provide the assets. And in Lisa's situation, she's making her own money. She's a star in a reality show. She's now dating an entrepreneur. They're really meeting in an equal playing field. They both have something to offer the other. One can bring attention to the other's entrepreneurship, and the other one can actually teach Lisa more business insight and give her a sense of business to expand herself from Housewives and really help her grow her empire.
I have a question that would be great for in the comments. Because my answer is a hard no. I don't want Lenny's girlfriend on the show. You know what I mean? Like you said, he kind of left the show, but there's always next season. They always want to bring someone in to kind of get their side of the story. I'm not for the mess. My question to the comments, though, is would you want to see Lenny back on some level with the girlfriend? I don't think negotiation wise Lisa would let that happen, but it is a question. Moving on to the second part of the question, and then we could wrap up here and get started with the recap. Since they both wore Mugler, we were talking about that. There is a tweet that we saw that we thought was funny. Who wore it better? Lisa at Watch What Happens Live or Larsa in more of a peach apricot version? What do you think of the two? What would you choose?
I say fashion and color wise, Lisa won this one, especially because it's the holiday season. We're right around the corner from Christmas, and she wore the Santa hat, which makes it kind of cutesy, but she's glowing. She has, she has the hairstyle that goes along with it. It's just falling beautifully off of her shoulders. She's really feeling herself at this moment, but notice she still has on her ring. So I don't know if that's a dig at Katharina, but I mean, I'm here for it as well because of that giant ring with that amazing outfit is just giving me life because not only is she saying, I won this battle, look at me, I'm a woman, hear me roar, I'm beautiful, I'm a goddess, but she also is still like, I got this ring and you got to come get it from me if you want it.
I agree. It's once you go through the pain, what she went through, and we'll see all season. Now she's back in the ball's in her court. She's kind of on some. If I want him back, I'm gonna get him. She doesn't want him back, but and we don't want to see it. And in regards to them too, I like what Larsa was wearing, but I feel like it might have been one of those looks that look better in real life than on camera. So that's what I'll go. Hey, this has been Social Pop Now, where you get all the entertainment, fashion, pop culture all rolled into one, hosted by Russell Raymond. So that was a lot of fun for Real Housewives of Miami and Entertainment Report, and we did that thing. We did it.